Hi and welcome out. My name is Amanda and I'll be guiding you through today's practice. Thanks for hitting play. Today we will be doing a side body opening flow. It'll be quick, 30 minutes in and out, maybe not so painless, but it will be a nice short practice today. I'm going to sit facing the side of my mat, but you might want to start facing the front of your mat today in a comfortable seated position. No props needed, but if you'd like to have a couple of blocks or a blanket handy, feel free to grab those for your practice today. I always like to start by wiggling around in my seat a little bit, letting go of any tension, any expectation, and then finding stillness here. Moving down through the edges of the feet, bringing the outer edges of the knees down towards the mat, and rooting down through those sitting bones. As you find that nice strong foundation here, start to zipper up through the front side of the body, knitting the ribs together, and sitting up nice and tall, gently reaching up through the crown of the head, allowing the arms to be heavy by your sides, palms face up or face down in your lap. Already closed. And just start to breathe here. Cultivating that intentional breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Maybe you even move into that Ujjayi sounding breath, constricting the back of the throat. Making that breath audible so that you can focus on not just the inhales and exhales, but also the sound of the breath. Allowing that sound to help you tune out anything else. Just bringing you to the present moment on your mat. Taking a few more rounds just like that. One more breath here. Gently beginning to blink the eyes open. Bringing those hands, make circles here in our seat. Circling the upper body in one direction. Try to slow it down. Making those circles as large as possible. Feeling the extra space you're creating in the low back and the hips. And then we'll pause and take those same circles in the opposite direction. And feeling all of those little pops and cracks and movements through the body as you start to open up here. And then we'll pause at center and bring it back up to a nice tall seat. Start to take that right hand over towards the outer edge of the left knee, taking a little gentle twist here. So as you start to twist, draw that left shoulder back, lift up through the chest, and then we'll inhale left arm by the ear. Slowly start to lean that right shoulder down towards the right thigh, stretching through the left side of the waist. As you lean, can you press that left hip down and reach those left fingertips to find that space all the way from the left pinky finger down into the left hip crease. Try to stack the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Slowly start to circle the left fingertips down towards the right knee. Come up through center and then just take a little round through the upper back and shoulders. Curl the chin in towards the chest. Find some space in between those shoulder blades. And then inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze. We're going to release that right hand unthreaded. and then sweep it up towards the sky. So now we're in that same shape on the other side. Start to lean left shoulder towards the left thigh, reaching through the right side of the body. Again, pressing back and down through the right hip and reaching through those right fingertips. Stacking shoulders as best you can. Feel that length being created. Inhale and exhale. Slowly start to turn the right shoulder down, taking right hands to left knee. And again, we'll round into the upper back and shoulders and curl the chin in towards the chest. Just taking that upper back stretch here with the opposite cross. Inhale, start to lift the chest, lift the gaze, and then slowly unwind, release. We're going to bring those hands back behind us for support and release the feet down to the mat. So bringing those feet hip distance apart, feet down, knees up. Take those hands and walk wider than the hips here. Root down through the knuckles and the fingertips of the hand, root down through the feet, and then begin to lift those hips up, coming into our reverse table. So in your reverse table here, take a moment, adjust where you need to, so that you can start to settle in, draw the tips of the shoulders back, lift those hips up as high as you can. Maybe take the gaze down the front line. This is our inhale. As you exhale, start to lower the hips between the arms, straighten the legs, and see if you can hover here. Hollow out the belly, and then inhale back into that reverse table. Exhale, swing those hips back through between the arms, hover, and then inhale, reverse table. We'll do two more just like that. Exhale, swing it back, hover, and inhale, lift. Last one, swing it through, hover, and inhale back to that reverse table. This time, just a little bit higher, draw the shoulders back just a little bit more. Tap those hips down to the mat, rock yourself forward, plant the hands, step or hop back into your plank. Pushing the mat away here, fingers spread nice and wide, inhale, exhale, up and back to downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and pedal it out here. I warned you it's quick, but maybe not so painless of a practice today. So take a few extra moments here to settle into your downward facing dog. And then as you're ready, start to find stillness here, pressing down and forward through the hands, lifting those hips up and back in space, and spiraling those inner thighs towards the back of the mat. Heels can be lifted, or maybe you start to lower those heels down towards the earth. But on your inhale, rise up onto the toes. As you exhale, send both heels over to the left side of the mat. Now from here, you're going to soften the knees and start to wrap that right hip up and back in space. Getting a nice stretch through the right side of the body. Try to press down into both hands evenly. Inhale, come back to center. Straighten the legs. And then again, we'll rise up onto the toes. As you exhale, bring those heels over to the right. Again, soften the knees and begin to spiral that left hip up and back in space. Try to create more length between the left pinky finger and the left hip. And then inhale back to center, straighten the legs, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the gaze, and then slowly start to walk it forward to the your mat, coming into your forward fold. Feet hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. This may be where you grab those blocks for a little extra support here. Start to settle in. Root down through all four corners of the foot. Maybe a little bend in those knees for now. Inhale, lifting halfway, hands on mat blocks or shins. Tailbone back, crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold. One more time, inhale, halfway. Lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Slowly soften the knees and begin to roll yourself all the way up to stand. Inhale those arms up overhead at the top. And exhale, thumbs to heart center, Samastitihi. Take a moment here, draw those shoulders back, lift the chest up nice and proud. Lift up on those kneecaps. And then inhale, circle the arms up overhead, reach up, exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway, find that length. Exhale, hands down, step back, high plank. Going through our first yogi flow of the practice, shifting forward, hug the elbows in as you lower halfway down. Inhale into your back bend, upward facing dog or cobra. Take a moment here, maybe wiggle the hips side to side, settle in, and then exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. We'll do a few more just like that. So as you're ready, gaze forward, walking forward with as straight legs as possible, or hopping forward if you prefer. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, earth to sky, rising up, reaching up, and exhale, thumbs to heart. Inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. As you exhale, plant those hands, step or hop those feet back to plank. Shift forward, exhale to lower. Inhale into your back bend. And exhale, right back into your downward facing dog. Two more just like that. Gaze forward, walk, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lifting halfway as you inhale. Exhale, let it go, take that fold. Inhale, earth to sky. Exhale, thumbs to heart. Again, inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, hands down, feet back. Shift forward, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, meeting in downward facing dog. Last one, gaze forward and bring your feet forward however you'd like to. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, let it go. Inhale all the way to stand, rise up, reach up. And exhale, draw those thumbs into heart. Inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. And exhale, plant the hands, step or float the feet back. Shift forward, exhale to chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. And exhale, meeting in downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, walk those big toes together. Inhale, reach that right leg all the way up towards the sky. Bend the knees, stack the hips, open up. Maybe rise up onto the toes of that left foot. So you come into almost a split leg shape or as close as you can get. Inhale, exhale. Step that right foot through between the hands. Runner's lunge. Sink those hips nice and low. Lift the collarbones forward. As you inhale, reach that right arm all the way up towards the sky. Take a twist. As you're twisting here, press down through that right big toe and twist through the ribs. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel, right hand back to the top of the mat. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, earth to sky. As you exhale, cactus the arms, lift the heart. Those arms all the way back up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down. Left foot goes back again. Left hand stays down, and then right arm sweeps up. Come back to that revolved crescent. So again, broaden across the chest, stack those arms and shoulders. Inhale. As you exhale, reach that left, or that right arm rather, by the ear. Stretching all the way from the right fingertips out through that left foot. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel right hand down, step back to plank. Shift forward, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Moving into the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the knees, stack the hips, open up. So as you lift that left knee skyward, can you avoid sinking the armpits down towards the mat? We don't want to collapse into the shoulders and chest. Keep yourself lifted here. Lift up through that left knee a little bit more. And then exhale, step it through. Sink those hips. Lift the chest, lift the collarbones. And then the right hand stays down. Left arm sweeps up. The more you press down, the more you'll find that squeeze through the inner thighs that will help you open up through the ribs and chest. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel, left hand to mat. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, earth to sky, rise up, reach up. As you exhale, soften the knees, lift the chest forward, cactus the arms. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, lifting halfway. Again, exhale, hands down, right foot goes back. Runner's lunge, right hand stays down, left arm peels up to the sky. Again, take a moment here, draw that left knee in towards center, twist more through the ribs. Inhale. Exhale, extend that left arm by the ear. Imagine reaching through those fingertips even more and engage that back kneecap. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel, left hand to mat. Step back, plank. Go through your flow, and then we'll meet in downward facing dog. Nice. Shake it out here. Find a nice, strong downward facing dog. Find stillness and center. And then inhale, right leg up and back. Bend the knee, stack the hips, open up. Rise up onto those left toes if you'd like to again. This is our inhale. As you exhale, we're going to take that right knee, cross it underneath the body. Extend that right leg out and open up into fallen triangle. Reach that left arm up towards the sky. Stack the shoulders. Exhale, cartwheel. Left arm down to the top of the mat. Spin up on the back toes and send that right leg up and back. Dancing warrior. So we'll do that a few more times. Inhale. Exhale. Take that right leg, cross it underneath you. Extend it out and open into your fallen triangle. Lift those hips up away from the mat. Exhale, cartwheel, left hand down. Come up onto the left toes. And inhale, dancing warrior. Open those hips. Exhale, cross it under. Send that right leg out. Find your fallen triangle. This time, if you'd like to, lift those hips up a little higher and take the left arm up by the ear. Stack the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale, cartwheel, left hand to mat. Send that right leg up and back in space. Bend the knees, stack the hips, open up. And then from here, we're going to tip into our wild thing. So stack those hips even more and allow that right foot to float down behind you. Keep a bend in the right knee. Lift leg as straight as you can. Open the chest up towards the sky and reach the right arm towards the top of your mat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, start to pass through side plank. Lift that right knee up towards the sky. And then step the right foot to the top of the mat. All 10 toes facing forward, starting in our runner's lunge. Inhale, rise to crescent. Back leg is nice and straight and strong. Pressing down through the right heel. Inhale. Exhale, hands to mat. Frame that front foot. And then we're going to slide that left leg up and behind the right. Coming into a cross-legged fold. Try to settle in through the upper body here. Inhale. And exhale. One, inhale. And exhale, fold. Slowly, we're gonna start to rise up. As you roll up, shift your weight into that right foot and cross that left ankle above the right knee, sinking into a one-legged chair. Try to send the outer edge of that right knee down towards the mat, opening up the inner thigh, butt back, chest lifted here. Take an inhale and one more exhale. Left hand comes to left hip, right peace fingers come to the right big toe. As you rise up to stand, kick that right leg and draw the right shoulder and hip back. See if you can pull the belly in and stack shoulders over hips. Inhale. One more breath here in our big toe hold. And as you exhale, release the leg with control, step the back of the mat. Back foot spins down all the way. Open out warrior two. Deep bend in the front knee. Again, stacking shoulders over hips here, opening yourself up towards the right side of the mat. Settle in. Really engage those inner thighs. Pull them towards each other. Inhale. Exhale, flip the front palm, lean back, reverse. Try to rotate those left ribs up towards the sky just a little bit. Inhale. And exhale, cartwheel, hands to mat. Step back and go through your flow. Meeting in downward facing dog. When you get to your downward facing dog, feel free to recenter yourself on the mat if you shifted. And then inhale, left leg up. Bend the knees, stack the hips, open up. So we're starting here with our flow, reaching up through that left knee, pressing into both hands evenly for now. Inhale, exhale, cross that left leg underneath you and extend it out to the side of the mat. Roll to the inner arch of the back foot, pick the hips up, fall in triangle. Work to stack the hips and shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, slowly cartwheel right hand down to the top of the mat. And then pick that left leg all the way back up behind you for dancing warrior. Exhale, cross it under, and extend the left leg out. Again, find that fallen triangle. Try to reach through the crown. Press out through the pinky toe edge of that back foot. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel right hand down. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the knees, stack the hips, open up. One more just like that. Exhale, cross it under. Open up, fallen triangle. This time if you'd like to, pick those hips up a little higher and extend right arm by the ear. Maybe you can gaze up past it. Inhale. Exhale. Sweep that left leg up and back. One dancing warrior. Stay here or start to flip your dog. Coming into wild thing. Bending into that left knee. Right leg is straight. And then open the chest towards the sky. Open up through the front side of the hips. Reach that left arm forward. Inhale. Exhale, passing through side plank. Lift that left knee up towards the sky. All the way to the top of the mat. Runner's lunge, all 10 toes facing forward. Inhale, rise to crescent. Take a moment, settle in here. Square those hips up. Pull the belly in. Knit the front ribs together. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to frame the front foot. We're going to slide that right leg up, crossing it behind the left. Coming into a cross-legged fold. Hanging tight here. Trying to let those hamstrings go. Focus on that breath. And then slowly, we're going to start to roll ourselves up to stand. As you roll up, we're going to sweep that left ankle on top of the right thigh. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Find our one-legged chair. Left foot is flexed. Send the outer edge of that left knee down to open the inner thigh. Butt back, chest lifted, belly in. Hanging tight here. See if you can sit down just a little deeper. And then take right hand to right hip, left peace fingers to the left big toes. As you rise up, kick the left leg forward. Then start to draw the left shoulder and left hip back. Squaring yourself with the top of the mat, belly pulls in. Shoulders stacked over the hips. Can you lift that left leg a little higher here? Inhale and exhale. As you release the left foot, slowly sweep it all the way back behind you with control and step out into warrior two. Back foot spin that all the way. Deep bend into that front knee and then hips and shoulders. Open yourself up to face the left side of the mat. Settle in. Make sure that right knee is pulling out towards the pinky toe edge of the foot. Inhale. Exhale, flip the front palm, reverse, lean back. Rotate, right ribs back. Keep the deep bend in that front knee. Inhale. And exhale, hands to mat. Step back, plank, going through your flow and meeting in downward facing dog. Center yourself here on the mat if you need to. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, pick that right leg up. Again, we'll bend the knees, stack the hips, open up. Rise onto the toes of that left foot, and this time we're going to shift forward and open up into side plank. Can you roll to the outer edge of that left foot while keeping that right knee lifted and then sweeping right arm towards the sky? If you want to grab onto the right knee, pick the hips up, feel free. Inhale. And as you exhale slowly, guide that right foot to the top of the mat. Back foot spins down all the way, and we'll open back up to warrior two. Taking just a moment here to settle in. Extend the front leg, reach the arms up overhead. Hook the thumbs and draw the hands apart. Start to lean the upper body back, stretching through the right side of the waist. Inhale. As you exhale, tilt into your triangle. So send the hips back, reach the right arm down, left arm up, stack the shoulders. Again, inhale, rise up, hook the thumbs, reverse. Tip into your triangle. One more, inhale, rise up, hook the thumbs, back, reverse. And then exhale, kick those hips back, lean out, find your triangle. We'll settle in here. See if you can draw that right hip back. Press the hips towards the left side of the mat and lengthen out through the waist. Right hand goes where you need it here. Slight bend in that right knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise back up. Both arms reach up and then pull the hands through the heart center. We're going to pull those right toes up towards the face and then bend into that left knee, sink it down, Skandasana, side lunge towards the back of the mat. Left knee and toes are pointing slightly back. Sink into the seat and lift the chest. Inhale. And as you exhale, gently lower down to your seat. Might need to walk those left toes away from you here. Inhale. Exhale, take that right hand to the left ankle and then start to lean towards the right leg. Reaching, left arm towards the right toes. Can you open up through that left side of the waist? Inhale and exhale. Slowly rise all the way back up, and from here, either using your core or planting those hands behind you and picking your hips up off the mat, coming back into that Skandasana. Inhale, rise all the way up, meeting back in warrior two towards the top of the mat, bending into that right knee. Finding center here, and then exhale, cartwheel hands to mat, step back, and float. Leaning back in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Bend the knees, stack the hips, open up. Come up onto the toes of that right foot, and then slowly start to shift forward, opening into your side plank. Roll to the pinky toe edge of that right foot, and keep that left knee lifted if you can. Maybe you lift up through the left arm. Maybe left hand comes to left knee as you pick those hips up towards the sky. Inhale and exhale. Slowly guide that left foot to the top of the mat, and then we'll open back out, warrior two. Settle in, deeply bending into that left knee, and finding center here. Lifting up through the waist. Inhale and exhale. Begin to extend that front leg, reach the arms up overhead, hook the thumbs, and again, we'll lean towards the back of the mat. So send those hips forward, reach, reach, reach through the left hand. Inhale, exhale, kick the hips back as you find your triangle. Left hand down, right arm up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise up, hook the thumbs, reverse. And then exhale, tilt into your triangle. One more just like that. Inhale, rise up, reverse, find a little space through that left side of the waist. And as you exhale, tilting into your triangle. Hips go back. Tuck the hips underneath the body, opening yourself up towards the right side of the mat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, pull those hands through to heart center. We're going to lift up on those left toes and then bend into the right knee. Sink the hips towards the back of the mat. Find your Skandasana. So again, butt sinks down, chest is lifted. Maybe you start to draw those thumbs in towards the heart and guide that right knee in line with the right toes. Open up those inner thighs. Inhale. And then exhale, gently, with control, sit it down. You might need to scoot that right foot out away from you a little bit, making some space here. We're going to come into that side body stretch. So take that left hand to the right ankle, and then start to lean that right arm over towards the left toes. Maybe you just start to lean here, feeling that deep stretch through the right side of the waist, or maybe you reach all the way for those left toes. If you find them, make sure that right knee is not caving in. You're still pressing it away, pointing it up towards the sky. Relax the neck here. Inhale and exhale. Slowly rise all the way back up. And again, you can use the support of your hands or use that core, lift back up onto the hips. And then open out warrior two. So press down into those feet, rise all the way back up. Warrior two towards the top of your mat. One more inhale. And exhale, cartwheel, hands down. Step back to plank. Take that yogi flow. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, let's take those feet out the width of the mat. Coming into a wider stance down dog. Press those hips up and back here. Inhale and exhale. Start to walk those hands back towards the feet, coming into a nice wide-legged fold here. As you inhale, rise up onto the fingertips, lift up halfway. We're going to start to walk the hands over towards the left leg. Once they make it over towards the left leg, keep walking the hands back, turn the toes to the left. And we're going to spin all the way to face the back of our mat and sit it down into our shoelace. So stacking those knees here. Feel free to adjust the seat so that your hips are nice and even. Trying to draw feet out towards opposite edges of the mat. You can stay right here, or you can start to lean the chest forward and fold. Start to slow the breath down. See if you can wiggle those toes to release the outer hips just a little bit. Let go of any tension you no longer need. And then walk the hands back in towards the body. Hands come outside of the hips here. And then inhale, left arm by the ear. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Really pressing down through the right hip. Reach through those right fingertips. And then come all the way back up through center. From here, we're going to press back into the feet, lift the hips up, and turn ourselves back to face the top of the mat, coming into that wide-legged fold. Find center here, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, halfway lift, and then start to walk the hands over towards the right leg, and then keep going, twisting the feet towards the right, and then coming again to sit at the back of the mat, right leg on top of the left. Coming back into your shoelace. This time, grab onto the shins or the fronts of the ankles, or maybe the outer edges of the feet, and then use that engagement to help you sit up nice and tall, wherever you're at. Belly pulls in, chest lifts, inhale, and exhale. Now see if you can release any tension you don't need in those outer hips and glutes. Inhale, and exhale. Take those hands back by your sides. Inhale, right arm in the ear, lean over to the left. Nice side body stretch. And then inhale through center. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches up as you lean over to the right. Inhale all the way back up through center. And we're going to plant those hands off towards the left hip. Untwist those legs one more time. Bring the feet back onto the mats. And then walk it back out into your downward facing dog. Inhale, shifting forward one final time, coming into that plank. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Walk those toes together behind you. And bring the front side of the body down to the mat. Hands still underneath the shoulders here. As you inhale, press the front points of the hips down, and then begin to peel the forehead and peel the chest away from the mat. Once you find that lift, maybe draw the hands away from the mat. Inhale, and exhale. Lower back down. One more just like that. Inhale, peel the forehead, peel the chest away, and then float the hands, hug those elbows in. And then exhale, lower it down. Take that right arm out to cactus. So you want that 90-degree bend in the elbow in line with the shoulder, or elbow in line with the wrist. We're going to bend the left knee and start to open those hips, coming into a scorpion stretch. So allow that left foot to settle behind you. Feel the opening through the right pec and through the right bicep. And then slowly start to roll back to center. Extend the legs behind you and switch sides. Cactusing that left arm, bringing that right hand underneath the right shoulder. And then as you're ready, bend the right knee. Start to stack the hips and plant that right foot behind you. It doesn't have to plant behind you. Try to keep the gaze towards the side of the mat instead of taking it down the front line of the body. Sinking into that left shoulder, opening up. And then rolling back to center. Both hands under the shoulders. Press yourself up to hands and knees. And then walk those knees out wide. Send hips back towards heels. Find child's pose. Taking a few rounds of breath here. You can keep those knees nice and wide, or if you're feeling a little sensitive in the low back right now, bring those knees together. And allow yourself to melt in towards the mat. Take one more round of breath here. And then gaze forward. Bring yourself forward through hands and knees. And then cross the legs, coming back onto your seats. We're going to end our practice today just in a seated meditation. So find that nice comfortable seat. Just like when we started, and maybe take a moment to wiggle those hips side to side. And as we settle in, notice that sense of lightness you feel through the midsection of the body, through the sides of the waist. I know I feel it, I hope you feel it too. Take those hands down by your sides. Inhale, circle the arms up overhead. Exhale, press the breath out and away. Inhale, rising up, reaching up. Exhale, let it go. One more deep breath in from earth to sky. Breathing in the energy and vitality we've created, and drawing it home to heart center Anjali Mudra. Taking this energy out into the world and sharing it with everyone you meet. Honoring the light inside and teacher in us all, from the bottom of my heart to yours. Namaste. Well, thanks for joining me for yet another practice, and I hope to see you on the mat again soon.